Good morning, viewers. Hello and welcome to the Morning News Show, where we bring you the latest headlines and insightful stories to kickstart your day. I'm Koina Sharma and you are watching CNN News 18. First up, on top of this bulletin, we're tracking some breaking inputs from the international ground, where the Trump administration is now all set to eliminate 2,000 positions at the US Agency for International Development and placing all but a fraction of other staffers worldwide on leave. It comes after a federal judge on Friday allowed the administration to move forward with pulling thousands of USAID staffers off the job in the United States and around the world. These are the latest inputs that we are tracking from the ground, where the Trump administration's decision to fire 2,000 USAID workers raises concerns and questions. Now, joining us on the broadcast is our colleague Akanksha. Very good morning, Akanksha. Akanksha, the firings at USAID come at a time when the agency is already facing increased demands to respond to global crisis and various such allegations that have been leveled against them. How are we perceiving these firings at this point of time?
Well, the message is very clear. The writing is on the wall that the United States is not going to be looking out for others in the world. And that whether people live or die, they are not going to be a reliable partner. And as the USAID chief, Gail Smith, had already said that the kind of messaging that's coming out of this kind of a decision is very dangerous for the world. Because remember, as far as USAID is concerned, it's operating in over 60 nations. It was, in fact, set up in the year 1961. So, and throughout all kinds of administration, whether Democratic or Republican, this agency has been operating for decades, Kohina. So, as the chief himself said, that the messaging is not going to be very good. But remember, it comes also 2 days after a federal judge, in fact, gave Donald Trump's administration the green signal to slash funding and send all of these workers on leave. So we'll have to see how many of them are retained. So far, we are being told that only very few will be retained. In fact, the USAID website says that there would be a reduction in workforce of an additional 1,600 personnel in the United States. It would also amount to at least 5,800 USAID employees on administrative leave or are going to get laid off. And that is over half the agency's workforce, Kohina. And this, as we all know, is after the notification that's been pushed out.
Right. Akanksha, we just discussed the impact of this firing process, but let's try and understand the motivations behind the decision. Was the decision largely driven by budgetary concerns, a desire to restructure the agency, or some other factors are actually involved in this decision making?
Donald Trump, ever since he set up the Department of Government Efficiency under Elon Musk, has staunchly maintained that there is a lot of expenditure which has been wasteful expenditure that the US government had been indulging in, which included providing aid to foreign nations. And remember, Donald Trump has arrived on the promise of America first. And so this has been part of his agenda, not to forget the fact that this is not, this has all to do with how consistently Donald Trump has been making those statements with regards to all the funding that's been allocated to South Asian nations, particularly India, Bangladesh and Nepal, for, say, reasons like strengthening political landscape in Bangladesh. For India, he's of course consistently quoted the voter turnout amount, which of course now is being questioned by the CEPPS as well. That are you talking about an amount that was allocated to Bangladesh? So his own information that was released by DOJ is also being put to question. But for the fifth time, yesterday itself, he again raked up the issue with regards to voter turnout in India, and that in itself is leading to a political debate. But you know, this is funding which has been allocated to Latin American countries all over the globe. As I said, the over 60 countries that where DOJ has been operating. Where the USAID was operating, and DOJ has in fact been flagging off that funding. So we'll have to see is this going to be complete annihilation of the US aid agency, or is this now going to just retain some workers, and even if they are going to be retained, what will they be operating for?
Right, Akanksha. This move is largely coming into the category of larger trend of staffing cuts and restructuring across the world within the US government's international development agencies as well. But how will this big move by Trump largely impact?